Hey guys, Linda here. Come back at you with another video today. As you can see, I'm at my bookshelf. Today I'm just going through these bookshelves, just these two right here, because eventually I want to clear off all this, and I only want on this bookshelf, I only want books I've already read. On that one over there, I want to put the books I haven't read. And I'm going to take all those books that I haven't read, I'm going to write them up and put them in my little cup to pull them out to be my TBR, because I need to get through these books. Like I said, I want to read the books. I want to determine if I want to keep them or not. I'm only going to keep the ones I want to reread, and I want to put them over here on this bookshelf over here. All the books I've read to put over here. And some of them are old books. Those just my collectibles. I doubt if I'll be rereading those again. But if I see anyone I want to read, I will put it in my little stash to reread. But I probably read those already. And then again, probably not, because I think I mentioned on here I used to get Harlequin romance in the mail. They used to do a subscription box. And I used to get out like Silhouette. All those I used to get in the mail. So I didn't read every book out of the box, because it usually be about 5 or 6 books in a box or in a subscription. And I only read like the ones that I read the synopsis of and I really wanted to read. Any other ones, I just kept it. I probably didn't read them. So some of these I probably haven't read, but I still keep them as a collection because I don't want to get rid of them. So let's go through those. I'm going to pull all these out here, and I'll show you the ones that I read and if I like them or not, and I'll show you the ones that I'm going to be adding to my little TBR jar. I'm just going to type them all up on and then cut them out and fold them up and put them in my little TBR jar. So the jar probably be full because I'm going to do both of these rows here. So let's get started. I think I've already showed you this right here. This is one of my favorite books. Of course, I got 2 of them. I think I mentioned before, if I really like a book, I'll get 2 of them. One to reread, because I've read this a couple of times. And as you can see, the spine been cracked a lot. And then I also got me another one just to keep. But I really enjoyed this. This is by Keeland McAllister. It's all Greek to me. So I'm going to sit this over here, because I'm going to put this back over on this shelf over here. This is one of the tapestries. I've just been collecting these. I don't know if I ever read this, but this is just a collectible that I've been collecting, because I think I mentioned I want to collect all the tapestry romances. So this book will go on that bookshelf over there. I'm going to set that over. I'm going to put the ones I want to keep over here, and the ones I want to take and put on that other bookshelf over there. Set that over here. There's another one that I got for tapestry, book number 24. Like I said, I don't know if I ever read these. Maybe I will. But I'm just collecting them because I really love the cover and I like how it looks on the back. And this is number 24. This was number 34 in the tapestry from back in the day. Here's another one. This is number 33, tapestry. Here's another one. This is number 42. I might read this one because, you know, I like a man in uniform, so I might read this one. So I'll keep this one and put it in type it up and put it in my TBR jar. What is it? Charity's Pride. Patricia Pelican. Never read her before. So I will put that in a stack over here of books I want to type up and put in my TBR jar. I'll set that up. And this was book number 42, so I'll set that over there. I have Witches Get Stitches by Juliet Cross. I've never read this one before. Is this the one I read? Let me see. Nope, I haven't read this one yet, so I will be putting this in my TBR jar. Witches Get Stitches. I kind of want to read this whole series. I don't know if it's on Kindle Unlimited or not, but if it's on Kindle Unlimited, I will. If not, I don't know if I want to pick these up at the store or something. So there you go. So that's over there. Maggie Moves On. Haven't read this yet, so I will be adding this to my TBR jar. And I've read Clotilde. This is not the original cover. I do have the original cover, but I saw this cover and I really love this book. So, of course, you know, I got 2 copies of it. So, I got the original cover and I got this cover. So, this will be, I'll leave this on this shelf over here. Really enjoyed this. Highly recommend it. I think I've showed you this already. Clarissa Broadbent, The Ashes and the Star Cursed King. I think this is book number 2. I got book number 1. Let me make sure. Let me look in here and see. Yep. This is book number 2. So I'm not going to read this yet because I think she got some more books in the series. So I'm not going to read this yet, and I'm not going to add this to my TBR. I'm just going to take this book and I'll put it over there on the other bookcase over there. I have Sword Heart by T. Kingfisher. Pick this one up. I'll be adding this to my TBR jar. I don't think that's in the series, so I'll be adding it to the TBR jar. Terms and Conditions by Laura Asher. I do have this whole series, so if I come across the other books, I'll be adding them to the TBR jar, but I'm just going to put it to the side now because I don't know where the other 2 books are at, and I don't want to put it on the my in my TBR jar yet. If I get them, I want to maybe put all 3 of them in the TBR jar, so I'll just sit this to the side. But Terms and Conditions, Laura Asher. I don't know. This is book number 2. I don't. This is the Dreamland Billionaire series, book number 2. So I'll lay that up there. I have Too Hot to Handle by Tessa Bailey, and I'll put that over here because I'm gonna put that in my TBR jar. I've read this already, really enjoyed it. By a Thread. I think I have another copy of this one. I really enjoyed this book. I have another copy of this. I think I got 2 copies of this. So I'll be putting this back over here. This is book 1 in the 4 Horsemen series. I got the other books, but I haven't read them yet. I enjoyed this one. So I've read this. And really, I bought this for the cover. Because I think did I give this a 3.5, maybe 4 star? I can't remember. But it's a beautiful cover. Because I probably never read this again. I didn't enjoy it that much for me to want to read it again, but I'm keeping it for the cover. I got all the original covers, so I'll keep those for the cover. And I haven't went on to the other books in the series. I just read this first book in the series. It was I enjoyed it. Like I said, I gave it a high 3.5, 4 star, but it wasn't anything I would want to read again. I'm just keeping it for the cover. Pestilence by Laura Thalassa. I would recommend it. I think you would enjoy it. I have the Alien Prize and the Alien Mate. I read both of these. I think these like a little 2-book series. Really, really enjoyed these. One of my favorite books by Zoe Draven. So I'm keeping these. I've read these. Really enjoy it. Highly recommend it. If you haven't read any Zoe Draven, highly recommend these 2 books. This is book 1 in the World of Luxury, and book number 2 in the World of Luxury series. This series, I think I like the second book better than I like the first book, but I went ahead and bought both of them. I've read other books in the series, but I didn't buy them. I just got the first 2 books in the series. I would recommend it. I've read some other books in the series, but I didn't want to collect the whole series, so I just got these 2. So I've read those 2. I'll keep those. This is her, Zoe Draven's Bride of the Color. This is book number 1 in Brides of the Color series. I enjoyed this. I think I gave it a high 3.5, 4 star. Enjoyed this. And I think she's getting ready to write the 3rd book in the series. I didn't buy the 2nd book. I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I liked the first book. So I did buy the first book. I didn't buy the 2nd book, but I have read the 2nd book. I gave it a 3.5 or 4 star. And I gave this the same thing, 3.5 and a 4 star. But I did enjoy it. If you haven't read any Zoe Draven, I would recommend you read this book 1 in this series. But it's an ongoing series, and it's on different couples. So I did enjoy this. I read Undertow by Sam Mariano. I enjoyed this one too. Um, Sometimes she be going over top. She be going. Sarah, Sam Mariara be going over the top of me. But this one was a nice contemporary romance. It went too over the top. So if you want to give her a try, if you want to, because Sam Mariara write dark romances, but I wouldn't consider this a dark romance. I would recommend this. It wasn't too over the top. I really really enjoyed it. Undertow, and this is in the Coastal Elite series. I don't know what book number 1 is, but this is book number 2. And I liked it so much till I got I bought the other cover for it, Undertow. I don't think this go with this book, but it's just in here. But there you go. I like this cover. This is the original cover, and this is the other cover for it. So I really enjoyed this. So I got the 2 of them. Read both of those. Really enjoyed it. And I have Wolf Gone Wild. This is the first book in the Stay a Spell series to the other book that I showed you here. This is book number 1. I don't know what book this is in the series. I don't know which one this is in the series, but this is book number 1. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed this one, Wolf Gone Wild. Book number 1 in the Stay a Spell series. So I've read this. So I will be putting this on the other bookshelf over there. I've read this already. Well, on this bookshelf already. I did read this and enjoyed it. Putting that on this bookshelf. And The Maddest Obsession. I think I read this one. Yep, I enjoyed this one. I think I got the other books in the series, or maybe I bought another book in the series. I don't know if I got all of them, but I know I got another book that I wanted to read in this series. And if you haven't read this, I don't know what the Maid series. I did read this first book, and I really this might not be the first book in the series, but I really really enjoyed this. Highly recommend this book, The Maddest Obsession. I did enjoy it. I think I got another book from this series. I don't know if it's on this shelf or no. That's why I want to take and put the books I read on one shelf and the books I haven't read on another shelf, and put the series together. Because I have books in the series, they're not together. They all over the place. And then I'll be looking for the other book in the series and can't find it. But I did enjoy this. Uh-oh. And I have The Vines. This is in a series. This is book 1. Really, really enjoyed this. I think I've talked about Brian Asher before. And this is by Danielle Laurie. And the Stay a Spell series is by Juliet Cross. I mentioned Vines before. Really, really enjoyed this. And she did some other covers. I think I got the other cover over there on the other bookshelf over there. But this is the original cover. Really, really did enjoy this. Highly recommend it. And it's in a series. And this is book 1 in a series. This is the Killer series, I think. I did enjoy this. And I enjoy Brian Asher writing. So I highly recommend it. And these are all on separate couples, so you can read it out of order. I don't think you'll miss anything reading it out of order. Next, I think I mentioned the Gaslight series by Victoria Thompson. Highly, highly recommend this series if you like a good mystery with some romance. It's not any. The romance is just in there. It's mostly about them. The couple solving a crime. But I highly recommend it. Victoria Thompson is an excellent writer. I highly recommend this series. So I read this, and these are other books in the series. I read I think I read all the books in the series until I think she got 20-something books in the series, and I read all of them, so she's still writing on it, so I guess she'll have a new book coming out next year. Well, maybe this year. A new book coming out this year in this series. So I highly recommend this series. This is the first book I have. I don't know what book. Well, this is the first book in the series. I don't know what book this is in the series, but it's also in the series too. That I have. I'll leave that over here. I have Brenda Jackson, Stone Cold Surrender. I haven't read that yet. This is in the Silhouette Desire series. This is one of those books that back in the day you could have got in a when they when Silhouette were giving out what they call it, you could order you a subscription. They were giving out book subscription, and you would have got one of these in that subscription. So I got Brenda Jackson here. I haven't read it yet. Silhouette, Desire. So I'll put that over there. Let's see. Most of these I probably haven't read yet. I bought this for the cover, even though it got this little sticker on here. I'll probably never read this. This is like just for my collection. Because I think this painting was, back in the day they used to do like hire artists to do their covers. And this is from one of the artists that I was collecting. I can't think of what his name is. But I liked his paintings that he did on books. So that's why I bought this for collecting this, the cover of the artist here. I can't think of what his name is. Janet Daly. I used to collect quite a few of Janet Daly books. I probably read this before, but these are just books I'm going to keep because I like Janet Daly from Harlequin Present. And they used to do sprayed edges back in the day also. Really enjoyed Janet Daly. I probably won't read this again. I probably read it already. I can't remember because I've read quite a few books from back in the day that I can't remember. But I know I enjoyed Janet Daly writing, so I've been collecting. Most of all these came out of that subscription book that I got, and most of these are Janet Daly. And these are just in my collection that I'll probably never read, but I'm going to leave more here on this shelf over here because I probably read them already. I just can't remember because these books from back in the 80s maybe. Let me see here. Let's see. Yep, like the 80s. So I can't remember back then. I know I done read, so I remember these books. So I kept them because I had quite a few of these. Like I said, I used to get a subscription, so I had a lot of these. I got rid of a lot of them, and I kept the ones the authors that I really, really enjoyed. I kept them, so I'm going to leave that over here because I probably won't go back and read these again unless it's one I really, really enjoyed. But I want to keep Janet Daly because and collect her books. I purchased this. I think this is book number 1. Jacqueline Carey Cusher Corset. I can't pronounce. Yeah, I can't pronounce that title. There you go. I haven't read this. Is in a series. I heard people talking about this series. I don't know if it's a romance. It's probably a romance in here, but it's probably not the kind of romance I like. Cause the couple she probably be going with somebody else. Cause I think she was. I can't remember what this was about, but I did buy it. I don't know if I ever read it, but I got it in here. It sounded interesting, but I don't know if I ever read it because I don't think it's really like a romance. It's kind of like a fantasy. I don't know if the main character ends up with a certain guy. I don't know. I don't know about this fantasy, but I did pick it up. I saw it at the store and I picked it up. So I'm going to put that over there. I also picked up this, Juliet Merle, Daughter of the Forest. This is another fantasy. I don't know if romance is in here or not, but I saw this at the bookstore, so I picked it up too. And I'm going to put that over there because I haven't read it yet. And I doubt it. I'm not going to put it on my TBR because those books are... I don't know. I might read them. I don't know. But this is also some Harlequin Presents that I've kept for my collection. Ann Mathers. I liked Ann Mathers' writing back in the day, so I've kept some of her books. Like I said, I got rid of most of my Harlequin Present because I used to have a whole bunch of them, but I got rid of some of them. And I only kept the authors that I really, really like, which is Ann Mathers. So I'll show you some of these covers. And they had some nice covers. They just had people drawing their covers. Had artists drawing the covers, the actual covers. And I'll probably go back and read some of these, but I'm not going to put them on my TBR. Only one I'm going to put on my TBR is Charlotte Lamb. I think I mentioned that I want to go back and read Charlotte Lamb. So I'm just reading Charlotte Lamb right now. So maybe when I get to reading the books I have about Charlotte Lamb, I'll go back and read Ann Mathers. But for now, I'm not going to go back and read it right now. I will just put them on my read, on the books I read shelf, because I probably read these already. I just can't remember. Wipe this down. And put these back in the back here, because I won't be reading them anytime soon. And Malice and Janet Daly. I'll set those back there. And let's see what we got here. Here's a historical romance. Lynn Curlin. This is all I ask. So I will be putting this on my writing this up, typing this up and putting this on my in my TBR jar. Put these over here. Just Bree by D. Davis. This is a contemporary romance. I'll put that over there for my TBR jar. Justine Dare. I used to read a lot of her. I probably read this already, but I'm going to read it again. I'm going to put it on my TBR jar. See, do I want to keep it or not? Because I've read her before. I did enjoy her writing, but I can't remember this book, so it's a historical. So I will be putting that in the TBR jar. The Beast of Biswick going into the TBR jar. And these are all my old Harlequin Presents. I do remember this. I enjoyed this one by Mary Whistler. These right here are also just collector's items, so that I want to keep. I do remember Spells of the Seven Stone. I really enjoyed that one. I don't know how it'll stand up today, but I did enjoy when I first read it. And I remember this one too, The Emerald Garden, by Katrina Brent. I remember that. And I remember Margaret Petter. I collected quite a bit of Margaret Petter. Porgetter. Hold Me Captive. Now, I remember these. I really enjoyed these. I remember reading these. So these are just some of my collector's items. I'm just going to put them back here with the other Harlequin Present. But these right here are really old. Look, I wrote in here in April 29 of 1980. You can see there, I wrote in there. When was this published? Should have got a date in here. But this said it was published in 1960. Mill and Booms. You can see them there. These are just big for my collection here. And here's some Love Swept. This is book number 1, Heaven's Price by Sandra Brown. Some more of my collection that I'll just keep for nostalgia reasons. I'll keep it. And I'm going to leave all of these on here as already read, because I probably read these already. We have Jane and Prince, Temptations, Harlequin Temptation. Dream Part 1. I have Dream Part 2 somewhere. I don't know where it's at though. But I'm going to keep that over here too. I'm going to leave it out because I have Dream Part 2. I just got to find it. So I got to find that and put those two together. And we have also, I bought quite a few of Jane Ann Krantz books. She also wrote as Stephanie Jane and Jane Castle. So she had a lot of pseudonyms. This is The Waiting Game by Jane Ann Krantz. Most of these are, because now she write as, mostly she write romantic mystery or romantic suspense, and most of her books were always romantic suspense. So that's mostly all she write now. But as you can see, Harlequin intrigue. So she like writing those romantic suspense. I also put this over here. Leave these over there. Here's another one, Straight Through the Heart by Lynn Stone. I like Lynn Stone, but I haven't read this yet, so I'm going to put this on the TBR list. Add that to the list. And all of these are Silhouette Desire. We got Justine Davids, if you can see there. Elizabeth Lau, Warrior. Suzanne Carey, I remember this. I remember reading this. I enjoyed it. Kiss and Tell. Then all the rest of these are Stephanie Jane. Bodyguard. So I think these are the same people. Jane and Chris and Stephanie Jane. I think they're the same. You got Bodyguard and Cautious Lover. I had all her books because I love reading Stephanie Jane books. So I collected most of her books in the Silhouette Desire. And we got some Diane Palmer here. Cattleman's Choice and The Raw Hat Man. These are just my collections books I kept that I want to keep. I probably and I'm gonna put them all over here on this. Leave them on it over here on the red, on the all the books I've read. Get them over here. All the books I've read on this bookshelf over here. So these will be all the books that I've already read, and I'm gonna put this back here. But I hope I remember Jane and Chris Dream. I need to find book number 2. See what else I got back here. Like I said, my Harlequin and Silhouette, these are just my collectors. I just have, I probably, like I said, I probably won't go back and read them. These just my collector's book. We got Charlotte Lamb. Oh, so here's my Charlotte Lamb. So I'm going to put all these in my TBR jar. We got A Frozen Fire, because I want to read all the Charlotte Lambs that I have. Stranger in the Night by Charlotte Lamb. Love Games by Charlotte Lamb. Possession by Charlotte Lamb. Scandalous by Charlotte Lamb. Midnight Lover. And For Ducks Only. So I'm going to put all those in my TBR jar because I want to read all the Charlotte Lambs. Want to go back and read those. Got some more Silhouette Desire. We got Elizabeth Law, Granite Man, Elizabeth Law Fever, Elizabeth Law Love Song for a Raven, Elizabeth Law Dark Fire, Too Hot to Handle. I got 2 of these by Elizabeth Law. I might get rid of one of these. I don't need both of them. I'll keep one and get rid of one of them. Put that back there. I have The Man by Jodi Allen Moppers. I never read that yet, so I'm gonna put that in the TBR jar. Put J.C. Burton Rules of Contact in the TBR jar. I haven't been reading. I think I read another book by J.C. Burton and it didn't do it for me. But since I got this book here, I'm going to go ahead and read it because I wouldn't buy any more J.C. Burton books. But since I got this, I go ahead and put that in my TBR jar to read. Dark Waters. This one I read one of Tony Anderson books already. I can't remember if this is it or not, but I'm gonna put it on my TBR because I can't remember to be in my TBR jar to read. I pull it out, and then I have Kennedy Ryan's Until I'm Yours. I haven't read that yet, so this will be going in the TBR jar also. What else I got up here? If I can get it. I have All Night Long by Tori Baker. I'll be putting that in my TBR jar. I read this already. This is it's like a little epilogues of the Mile High series by T.L. Swan. It'll give you some more little stories on the brothers that she wrote about in the Miles High series. So I don't know if I only read 2 of the stories out of here because the other 2 books I haven't. She had 2 more books on the brothers that I haven't read yet, so I didn't want to read their little epilogue story yet. So I just read the first 2 books because those are on the 2 brothers in this little short book here. So when I read the other 2 books, I'll go back and read the other little 2 stories in here on the other 2 brothers. So I'll put that over there. Leave that out. And I haven't read these yet. These are by Lucy Score. Things We Hide from the Light and Things We Left Behind. I put both of these. I don't know if I want to put these on my list yet, but I do want to read this series. I need to find the other book. And then I'm just going to leave this out. I'm not going to put this in my TBR jar. I'm just going to leave it out. I know I want to read it. When I get the other book, I'll just go ahead and try to read these 3 books in the series. I got to find the other book, so I'm just going to leave that over here. Here's the other book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. Where did I put that book? Oh, here it is. So I'm going to put these 2 together. I'm going to put my series together. I'm not going to put them on the TBR jar. When I get the other book, I'll just start reading the series. And I'll let you know when I just start reading the series. But I need the other book. I got it around here somewhere when I find it. I have read Melissa and the Vicar, the Seducers series by S.M. LaViolette. I enjoyed this series, so I bought the book. I have read that. Really enjoyed it. I also bought Hugo and the Maiden by, and this is book number 3 in the Seducer series. This is book number 1. Book number 3, Hugo and the Maiden. I really enjoyed this one too. Book number 3. I don't know if I bought book number 2. I might didn't like that one that much, but I did get this one. I read that. I enjoyed both of those. Here's the Laura Thalas's The Bargainer series. I think this is all 3 books, so I might be reading this pretty soon because I got all 3 of them in the series. I got Rap Sonic, A Strange Hymn, and Lock Harmony. So I'm gonna leave this out. I might be reading this year, so I'm gonna leave this out. This is the Bargainer series. Leave this over here to the side. I got Katie Roberts' Electric Idol. Be putting that on the TBR list. And Hoops Short by Kennedy Ryan. I think this is, if you read her Hoops series, this is like some epilogues from the couples from the Hoops series. And I think I've only read 1 book in the Hoops series, so I'm not going to read this yet. I'm going to set this over here with the Miles Ever After a little, put these 2 together. So when I read the other books in the Hoops series, then I'll go and read, well, or maybe not. Let me see here. Maybe this is just a little, maybe this is on another couple. I don't know. I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure. But whatever it is, I'll give it a try. But don't put it with this. Because this is, because it said Hoop Novella Collection. So it got something to do with the Hoop series. And how many minutes I got? I don't went for 30 minutes, so I guess that I wanted to do both of these, but it looked like it's going to take a while, so I'm just going to do 30-minute segment. I want to do the next row up here, so I'll just come back and make that another part of this little series that I'm doing, because I'm trying to get all the books that I've read and put them on one shelf, and all the books that I haven't read and put them on one shelf, or put them in my little TBR jar so that I can read them and decide if I want to keep them or not. But that's all I got for now, guys. I hope you enjoy this little segment here. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this film and get my books put back over here. What I want to keep over here that I've read already, and the other ones I'm just gonna type them up, cut out the little papers and put them in a jar and have my little TBR jar. So that's all I got for now. Until next time, guys, keep reading those romances, and I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.